Today's episode of the Mac Daddy Seminar is brought to you by Arbonne International. A friend of mine has her own health and wellness business with Arbonne International. They have over 400 products in several different categories and are all vegan and cruelty-free. She has this stuff called this energy fizz stuff that you put in your water, and they run around energized as hell all day long, and they look great doing it. It's great for their skin. Her hair looks immaculate. If you want to check it out, the link is posted below. It's called Arbonne International. Make sure you ask for Peyton when you go there.
Go make yourself a drink and I'll be down in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
They say they're from out of town, whatever, we don't give a fuck. The deal is done, now the cake been baked. They need to come on with the drama, whatever they gonna do.
What's cracking, pimps? Long time no see. This is episode 21 of the Mac Daddy Seminar. As always, I'm your host, Taylor Dunn, and I said in the last episode that I just wasn't going to be releasing videos or episodes as often, and that's what's been going on. It's been about 2 weeks since my last episode. It's been about 2 weeks since the episode before that, and if you're looking for a reason, honestly, there really isn't one. I've been just really more focused on working on my stand-up. I've been writing like it is going out of style. Like anytime that I'm not sitting down with a notebook or something, writing something down, even just jotting down notes in my phone, I feel like I'm wasting time. So I've just been adamantly I need to sit down, I need to write something, I need to, I'll have a funny thought and I'll immediately pull out my phone and start writing it then. I've just made the conscious effort to devote more time into my stand-up, even if I'm not doing so many shows, because I've said on the podcast many, many times before, just because I'm not doing stand-up on stage doesn't mean I'm not working on it. Because, I work a full-time job. I have a family. I can't be out doing stand-up every night of the week, but that doesn't mean I can't still work on my craft. If you look at it like a boxer isn't fighting 7 nights a week. They spar and they work out in the gym. And that's what I kind of look at, writing my material, honing it down, But enough about all that. A lot has happened in 2 weeks, man. A lot. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now, where I normally record the podcast, the air conditioner in this bitch is off. And we're in Mississippi. And it's hotter than a fuck. I hate to put it so bluntly for some of y'all's, fragile ears, but there's no other way to put it. It is hot. Okay? So, I'm already sweating. I've only been recording for 3 minutes, and I'm sweating. So, probably by the end of this thing, I'll probably have lost 10 pounds. Speaking of losing weight, and really just feeling healthier, I've also been, kind of working on trying to get healthier. Me and my family, and yes, my family, my wife and my daughter, we've been, going to the gym all together in the afternoons. For about an hour, we go and, my wife will work out in the family room because they won't let us work out in there together. That's what I'm getting at. They won't let us work out in there together, I guess, because they don't want to take up that much space for other people with kids to work out. So we can't actually work out side by side. But we've been making a conscious effort to go to the gym, trying to eat a little bit healthier and whatnot. And one of my really good friends from high school, one of my best friends, like my junior and senior year, her name is Peyton. She is, I guess the correct word is working for a company called Arbonne. And basically, this stuff is the best stuff since sliced bread. And I personally haven't tried it. I'm trying to take an all-natural approach to, losing weight before I actually, invest some money into it. Like I'm not buying hydroxycut pills or anything like that. And look, I'm not saying I need to lose any weight. I'm just trying to look healthier, okay? Because right now I'm rocking a steady average male build, But I don't look like Zac Efron. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't get it twisted. Don't think I'm out here like, oh, I don't look fantastic, But at the same time, we could always be a little bit healthier. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, really good friend of mine, Peyton, from high school, is sponsoring and working for this company named Arbonne. And I've been a little bit hesitant to try it. And I think I might eventually. I'm just not right there yet. Because I don't want to spend money on something and, not end up using it if I don't feel like I'm going to stay on track with the workouts. And, well, not with the workouts, but with the products and be working out with it and eating healthy too, because that all goes into it. But there's a lot of products in this stuff. It's like basically a package. And she uses all of it, but she's also 100% vegan. She works out like crazy. She does like 50 burpees a day. And let me tell you something, okay? She looks, and I mean this as a friend, 100%. She looks seriously like she has found the fountain of youth. Her hair is always glistening like she has the healthiest hair I've ever seen on a human being. And she's always super motivated, super positive. I don't know if it's a combination of being vegan and working out all the time, or it's the Arbonne stuff making her like this or what. But if you want to check it out, I'll post a link in the description below. It's called Arbonne, and make sure you go through Peyton. And I'll also tag her in this video to let you guys know where you can find the stuff if you're interested on getting more in depth with it. But, like I said, this isn't an ad. This isn't me trying to promote anything for my personal gain. This is all just a favor for a friend. I told her I really like what she's doing. I think it's cool that she's so positive, and she's gotten a lot of people on board with it. So I told her, hey, let me, do what I can and, maybe lead more people in your direction. So, and that also goes to anybody who's, got something that they're trying to promote, whether it be, clothing, health stuff like Arbonne, really anything you're trying to promote, any personal entrepreneurship, if that's the correct word, you would like to have sponsored for 100% free, just as something for me to give you a shout out, I will do that 100%. Just let me know. I do not want to make any money from it. That's what I'm willing to do for my friends. Okay? But yeah, long story short, you want to get healthier. I feel like it'll probably work for you. I haven't personally tried it, but it's done wonders for her. I'm not saying that she was ugly or anything before. I'm just saying she literally looks like she drinks unicorn blood every morning. And I think this Arbonne stuff might be it. So, yeah, enough about that. I just started watching Game of Thrones. Okay? Just started. Never have watched the show before. Never really interested me. And my wife's been begging me to watch it for years and years and years and years and years. And I just was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be interested in it. It just didn't catch my eye. And I see that it's in the last season, and I see all these people talking about it and posting memes about it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's give it a damn try. So I sit down, and we start watching this show. And you know what it is? It's a medieval fuck tape. The whole show. It's got a great storyline. Don't get me wrong. I'm only in the second season, and I don't care about spoilers. I get it. You know, if you don't go see something immediately or watch it as it happens, you're going to get spoiled. Like, I don't care. But it's a good show. And it's a medieval fuck tape. That's all it is. It's a medieval Pornhub. Like, there's some people that fight with swords, and they, you know, cut each other's heads off, and that's cool. And there's a lot of blood and guts. It's very graphic. But then it's a sex scene that literally just doesn't show, like, 6 or like a foot of cubic space around the nether region of men and women. Right? Like, just a zoomed in shot on private parts would literally make it porn. Other than that, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And they catch you by surprise too. Like, my wife hasn't watched it all the way through. She's, you know, about where I am with it now. And she, you know, we can't let our daughter watch it in the room with us. So we have to, like, okay, go upstairs, watch a movie. And we're down there, and, you know, they'll be all in the middle, you know, they'll be sitting there eating some bread and drinking some wine or some shit. And then all of a sudden, it's sex. Like, hardcore, in a barn on a bale of hay, intercourse with some dirty ass woods people that have been fighting in a medieval war all day. And you're like, oh, Jesus! You know? I mean, I hate to put it so bluntly, but that's what it is. It's medieval pornography. That's what it is. You know? Imagine going to medieval times and then being like, tonight we will be dining to the theme of Game of Thrones. And there's just like, just an orgy starts happening, and then people are getting their arms cut off and shit. People would pay for that, no doubt. Like, I'm the type of person, I would go to some shit like that just to say, oh, I went to one of these. You went to that medieval times? Yeah. It was cool. Did you go on the Game of Thrones night? Yeah, dude. Oh, man. It was crazy. It is hot as fuck, dude. I feel like I'm in a medieval fuck tape right now. Jesus. God, it is so hot in Mississippi. I'm so tired of living in the South, dude. It's just hot as balls in the summertime. It's just unethical to live like this. 100%. And the winter lasts like a month. And I hate being cold. But I don't like being too hot either. I like being at a cool 78 degrees outside. Okay? That's it. 78 degrees. Shorts and a t-shirt. And then at night, it's cool enough to wear pants. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sweating right now. I'm ready to get out of the South. I'm tired of it. Speaking of getting ready to get out of the South, pretty much everyone and their mother knows already, but Alabama has passed the strictest abortion law since ever, in reality. They just passed it yesterday, and basically, under no circumstance will a woman be able to receive an abortion in the state of Alabama, no matter if it was due to rape or incest. That right there is pretty much the only thing I would need to not go back there. Now, there's many things that makes me not want to live in Alabama anymore. And I know I have, Alabama listeners that are all about Alabama and love it, and I get it. That's fine. There's things that I do love about Alabama, but it is severely weighed down by what I dislike about it. I dislike the amount of racism there is. It's 2019, okay? Get the fuck over it. Seriously. It's these, and I hate to be so blunt about it, but I mean, realistically, it's these old 60 to 70-year-old people that are keeping it going. And then the people that have been raised into it are the ones who are still propagating it. Look, I live in Mississippi, and I come here and they're like, is Alabama that racist? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, well, Mississippi's right there next to it. I'm like, dude, from what I've seen, Alabama is like the nucleus of the racism charts, okay? And I can't stand that. I don't want my daughter growing up in a part of the world where she would think that that's acceptable, And then, on top of that, I don't want my daughter growing up in a place where even if she is, God forbid, molested, raped by a family member, no less, that she cannot choose to have an abortion if she would like to. Okay? I don't like to get political, okay? I don't like to get political. I'm not trying to push any type of agenda. This is just me talking shit. That's all the Mac Daddy Seminar ever has been. That's all it ever will be. But, being as it is such a big hot topic right now, I felt like it was wrong to not speak on it and, kind of say what I was thinking. But, yeah, it's ridiculous. People ask me all the time, how come you don't want to come back here? And I'm like, because it's 40 years behind the rest of the world. And I've been living there my entire life, just like being trapped in a cage, looking on the outside and seeing everybody around like, why are you in the cage? Why don't you let yourself out? It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, I love all of my family members. I'm not accusing them of being any of the things I just listed off. I feel like, I've always been encouraged to think differently and think for myself and, not fall into the group of people who are racist and, so pro-life that they would, yell and scream at a person for choosing to do what they want with their body. But yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm honestly embarrassed to tell people that I'm from there at this point. And maybe I have a bias because I am, the father of a daughter. I just feel I have a spot in my heart for women in that sense. I was raised by my mother, you know, completely by my mother. And then, you know, I have a little girl, and it really changes your perspective on how you know, look at women's rights. Like, God damn, like, this really shouldn't be happening. It's almost 2020, and we're still having this argument. You know, Alabama wants to stay in 1965, always. So, enough about that. Look, I've always said, I'm not going to get off on some political tangent here. I'm not trying to push any agenda on you. If you're pro-life, cool. If you're pro-choice, cool. If you are super religious, that's great. If you're not, that's also great. The Mac Daddy Seminar has never been about pushing any type of insight on you. This is just the way I feel about some shit. So take it however you want it. I did go back to Alabama, believe it or not, just last weekend. I wouldn't even really consider it going to Alabama. I drove through Mobile, and we went to the beach with my mom. She got a condo for the weekend, and we stayed there for about 4 days, and man, we had a blast. It is nice down there because there are no beaches here in Mississippi that you can go to without getting fucking radiated and growing another arm. So we went down there, and it was cool, man. We had a good ass time. Went to the beach like twice, and they said it was going to rain all weekend, and it never rained. It rained the very last day, and it looked like a fucking hurricane was coming through. But yeah, man, we went down there and went out to eat, and, you know, my daughter was having a really good time. We went to this theme park on Friday night, and it's called the Park at O. I highly suggest anybody that's listening, if you're around that area, go there. And, dude, we pretty much got in almost free because it was Mother's Day, and, well, I take that back. It was Mother's Day weekend. And, dude, we had a blast. Like, they had a roller coaster in there. They had a bunch of little kid rides for my daughter to get on. I mean, we had a great time, and it only cost me $30 because I was the only person that had to pay. So, we had, like, the time of our lives then. So, the next night, we decide, you know, hey, let's go to one of those goofy golf places where you can ride go-karts and, you know, all of that fun stuff. And we go, and obviously it's not like a nice theme park by any stretch of the imagination. It's more, if you're wondering what that background noise is, the air conditioner finally kicked on. So thank God. I was about to melt. Got a fucking swamp in my underpants right now. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we go to this place called The Track. Now, it ain't no 5-star world-class theme park by any stretch. It's just some fun stuff to go do near the beach. It's like one of those family fun places, right? It's got goofy golf. It's got go-karts, arcade games, shit like that, you know? And I always loved that type of stuff because growing up, it was always pretty much a no because that shit was so expensive. And I see why now as an adult, because it was more expensive to do that than it was to go to the theme park that had huge roller coasters and, like, better than the fair rides. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, like, better than Six Flags. At least the Six Flags in Georgia, because that one is straight ass. But yeah, we go there, and, you know, I'm looking around at stuff to do, and they have one of those big, like, those big pendulum swinging things. It's like, it's shaped like the St. Louis Arch, and there's a rope in the middle of it, and they strap people in around their abdomen. Like, you can do it like 3 deep, I think. And there's another end of it where the cord is connected and you just swing. I've always wanted to do it, but I've never done it because it's expensive to do. Right? So, I was like, I think I'm going to do it tonight. Well, unbelievably enough, as I am waiting to get on this thing, I'm about to go pay, and I'm standing there holding my daughter while we're watching it. And there's these 2 teenage girls who are on this thing about to go down, and they're going up and up and up. And I'm like, look, Lily, look, watch. I'm holding my daughter. They get to the top, and they pull the cord, and this thing comes straight down. Right? Like, it's supposed to swing you out and it's supposed to feel like you're flying. No. This cord just dropped straight to the ground. And when their weight hit, you just saw their heads flailing all about. I was like, oh shit, somebody's neck is broken. And when they were swinging, it was all shaky as it was going back and forth. And everybody's like, oh snap. Like, they knew something wasn't right. That wasn't supposed to happen that way. And those girls get off the ride and they start walking towards us, and they're like, did it really look that bad? And it was like, yeah. Everybody's standing around was like, yeah. And her mama was throwing a damn fit, which I thought was really crazy because her mama was missing an eyeball. And all I could sit there and think was, apparently, this family is prone to accidents. Okay, that was pretty fucked up of me to say. But, I mean, you know, she was inside raising all types of hell, which I would have been too. And, you know, the girl, like, showed her shoulder to the people working there, and she had this big red welt from where the strap, I guess, had been wrapped around on her shoulder. And I was like, God damn, you know? It was crazy, man. But yeah, I wanted to talk about something else, but I can't remember what it is now. Oh well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I may start doing episodes weekly again when some shit is going on, but lately it just hasn't. So, might see you guys next week. Might not. Might see you in 2 weeks. But either way, I appreciate all of you guys listening, and I'll see you when I see you.